right, guys, it's Saturday. There's a big parade obviously going on. Lots of music. This might be copyrighted. I've been hearing this music like all morning actually, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Is this a holiday? Is something happening? And then I remembered, no, this is the first day leading up to the national elections, which are coming up here on July 29th. July 29th is election day here in Cambodia. And I don't want to get into all the politics here, the good, the bad, all that good stuff, because it's like that everywhere, but this is the ramp up for that. So every day you'll probably be seeing some sort of processions. Hello! Some sort of processions, some sort of parades with political parties ramping up their efforts to gain the votes. They take it very seriously here. Very seriously here. Matter of fact, the current Prime Minister Hun Sen has stated that he's enacting an ordinance that there will be no sales of alcoholic beverages of any kind on July 29th. So on that day you will not be able to drink any beer, any wine, any kind of liquor, nothing. Simply because he says politics and drinking does not a good combination make. And he wants to ensure the best that he can that there is no violence over political disputes. So that's what's going on here today. Which is kind of a bummer because my birthday's on July 30th. So, but the 29th is a Sunday. So I wouldn't really be drinking anyway. I think people that come over here that are tourists who are not aware of the situation, I think they will be very disappointed, some of them. When they go down to Pub Street to buy a beer and realize they can only get water or a juice. But anyway, I feel like 100% better than I have the last few days. Got out of work last night. Sung actually walked up there and met me. And we walked back. And then I got a good, I don't know, 8-9 hours sleep, and I woke up feeling really good. I blew my nose a couple times, but I feel like normal again, which is good. Whatever I had has passed. Thank you for all the well wishes in the comments. I appreciate it. Decided since I hadn't been out walking around all week that I should probably take care of some things now. I got to go to the market before we run out of things there. Sang wants to get her hair and nails done again, so she is going to take care of that. I got my coffee, thank you. And there she is. She's going to get her hair done. Hey. You're gonna do your hair and your nails. Yeah. But it's weird that I come from a very lethargic sort of lifestyle. I mean, the job I had back home was standing on my feet for 8 hours a day running a machine. But after that, I was inside. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't go for walks. Nothing. But then coming over here and walking, miles every day for this long, and then missing that almost a whole week because I was sick, it really does make a difference. I felt it last night on the way back from work. As I mentioned, they don't have desks for the teachers in the classrooms because they're not big enough. Of course, the students have a desk to sit on, of course, but they're just not big enough for a big desk for teachers. So we have to stand for the entire time we're teaching. And that's fine, and normally it's okay. But between walking to work and then walking back, and then a couple hours later walking back to work and then walking back, plus being on your feet 2 or 3 hours every time, normally not a big issue, but I really felt it on the way home last night. My legs were hurting, my feet were sore, just from that 1 week of going back to not going out and just laying around, not being able to do anything. But like I said, it's past now. I'm good to go. And also, I did talk to the guy I'm calling the vice principal of the school. He's a nice guy. He's a younger guy, probably 30, maybe early 30s at the latest. I mean, he's a really young guy, and he's a nice guy. But he is, I don't think any time I've seen him, out of all the times I've seen him and talked to him, I've never seen him really laugh or smile. He's a very serious and very stoic kind of figure. Very serious about his job and what's going on. And I'm saying that because it's hard for me to get a read on him. I said that because he wanted to talk to me before my class. He came up about 5 minutes before my 5 o'clock class, and he sat down next to where I was sitting, and he said, I need to talk to you. Now that's usually not a good sign when somebody in charge says that. The way he said it, because his face is always serious. I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. And he goes, looked around and said, let's go talk over there alone. Which, to me, I was expecting the worst. I was like, let me see. Last week, everything was fine. Did something happen? Is the school closing? I don't know what's going on. He just seemed really serious, like he was about to break some really bad news. But he sat me down and just simply wanted to tell me that tomorrow, Sunday, they are enrolling lots more students to sign up for their language courses, and of course English is one. And he wants to run them on the weekends because the classes are full during the week. So they want to start using weekend hours, and he wanted to know if I would be willing to work 2 hours Saturday and 2 hours Sunday, additional hours. So I was relieved, because I was like, yeah, he made it sound like it was going to be a really deep, serious conversation about something, and he was just kind of letting me know and asking me if I was available on the weekends, which of course I am. Yeah. left over from them. So I said, yeah, and he said, okay, we're going to be taking them through the enrollment process Sunday, and we'll figure out how many students in each class and all that stuff. So I was relieved. So he got up and I went back to my chair where my stuff was. And then just about a couple minutes later, I'm walking, gathering my things to walk upstairs to my classroom, and he's back with the director, the big guy, the top guy, and said, we need to talk to you before you go teach. And again, even though I know nothing bad has happened, because they would surely let me know if something was amiss, but the look on his face is just so serious all the time, you know? So again, that little panic sets in, like, oh. But really, the only thing that changed was they had talked and decided instead of Saturday and Sunday, they were just going to change the English classes to 4 hours on Sunday. They would be straight, so no break in between, but it's only 4 hours. 8 to noon. And they just wanted to ask if I was okay with that, which of course I am. Either way, I'll be getting at least 4 more hours. Probably a week from tomorrow, which is good. And next week I have a sit down so they can talk about my adjusted schedule. And then we will also be talking about a raise increase. Whether they know it or not, we will be talking about a pay increase. So, everything's good there. I had some new students in one of my classes yesterday, which is always a weird experience. And it's weird because sometimes they come, they've been studying English, but they come from classes that are using the same books as we are, but sometimes they're in different chapters of that book. They might be like near the beginning, and my normal class is near the end of a book. And I try to keep everybody together, you know, on track as much as I can. But sometimes stuff happens, you know. But another thing I'm seeing, another positive, is that the first couple 3 weeks I taught there, man, these kids were really shy. They were really shy. They were afraid to talk or in class or ask questions. They were afraid of making mistakes. They're kids. They don't want to look foolish in front of their peers. But I've been preaching to all my classes, like every week, my mantra. I write it on the board at the beginning of every class and make sure I repeat it before they walk out the door. And that is simply, don't be shy. Don't be shy about speaking English outside the classroom. Don't be shy about asking questions about English outside the classroom. Don't be shy about making mistakes when you're speaking English outside the classroom. Don't be shy. Mistakes are okay. Mistakes can be fixed. But you have to know where you made a mistake so you can correct it to learn it properly. And I think that's really paying off, because they get excited now when I call on them. They're speaking louder. They're trying their best. They have questions about things that we haven't even gone over, but they're just curious about, which is always good. If they don't know something, they won't just sit there because they don't want to look stupid. They'll actually say, I don't know what this word means, teacher. And then I will tell them. Because it's one of the words we're learning in the lesson. They need to know what it is and not just how to say it properly. So they're really opening up. And I was really surprised. In my last class, there was a writing exercise as part of the lesson. And normally I would just have them each individually write in their books and then call on each one to read me back whatever it is they had written and correct any mistakes. But on the spur of the moment, I decided to mix it up, and I said, who wants to come up here and write with the marker on the board to do your exercise? And I was really surprised when kids started raising their hands, like they wanted to. I thought for sure I would have to like force somebody to come up or beg somebody. But there were several who just raised their hand, me. So they're really getting into the spirit of things. And I want to say this, I want to give a huge shout out to those kids. When they started writing things on the board, I was truly shocked at how, like, their spelling was spot on. Their handwriting was just like beautiful. It wasn't sloppy. It wasn't messy. Every letter was written correctly. It was all even. All the letters were even. And I was really surprised because I'm understanding now that they understand more than they can speak. That they know how to spell the words, they know what the words mean, they know what order they go in, but sometimes they have a hard time articulating it. But that really helped me to realize that what they know is far more than what I thought. So that wound up being a good exercise. I was really happy, and I gave them honest, real praise at how great their handwriting was, putting mine almost to shame. I was like, wow, that is really good. Really good. But anyway, everything went fine. I'm gonna walk around a little bit, take my time, and get my walking legs back after almost a week off. So I don't know where this thing's going for her thing, but there was a place down here she went last time. She was real happy with them. It's only $7 for, manicure, pedicure, hair, style, the whole 9 yards. So I believe that's where we're headed. She always has places in mind she wants to go. And I don't know where she wants to go, but she always makes me go first. I don't know how that works, because I have no idea where I'm going right now. But anyway, we'll find out, and I'll talk to you guys later. And now, before I end this vlog, I figured I'd just sit here in silence and show you a couple minutes of Pub Street traffic, or near Pub Street, the downtown area. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one.